Right, we're live. Good morning, guys. It's Monday, the 25th of November. We're Signal Centre. We're talking ball. I'm Joe Neighbour, joined as always by Ian Coleman and Steve O'Hare. How are we,
Hi guys,
gents?
all good? You,
All
Joe?
good, thank you.
Yeah, all right, thanks. The Coca-Cola advert's making a show tonight. It's its first outing, I think, of the year. So some of those are well and truly coming.
Bar humbug.
Is it
I've got to
true
admit,
that
I feel a bit like that.
it used to contain cocaine? I think
Coca-Cola?
yeah.
Apparently so, yeah.
Yeah.
Gear must have been cheap back in the day though, and you can give it away in a can of Coke.
Yeah. How times have changed, eh?
Indeed.
So everyone have a good weekend?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Quiet.
Have you recovered, Steve?
Very
Sort
quiet.
of, yeah, Aldeburgh might not have recovered.
No, you left it
Not
in a
for a
mess,
while.
did you?
Yeah, left it in a little bit of a mess. Sorry about that.
Did you leave half a liver in there as well?
Yes, definitely. Still sort of waking up. Still sort of waking up now.
Okay, well, in the absence of Steve on Friday, Ian and myself posted some ideas. I went short with footsie and lost half an hour, and Ian, you went long of the dollar index, and that worked out quite nicely.
Yeah, decent bounce in the dollar index. I couldn't have picked, like I was saying on the chat on Friday morning, couldn't really pick a dollar pair, but the actual index looked quite good for an overall rally. I think it's got more to go as well.
Okay, so that might filter into your ideas today then. So
Yep.
Overall, small tick up on Friday in the P&L. I've gone into negative territory on the R count over the last 18 trades, which doesn't bode particularly well, but win rate's still okay. So let's see what we've got today. What are you looking at, Ian?
I am looking at, let me share my screen. I'm going to look at cable, but because we have actually triggered our short as well in cable, but I want to talk about that dollar index briefly, just because I want to blow my own trumpet, obviously. Where are you? So that was the rally up on Friday. So it broke that formation, I think a triangle formation to the upside, which has hit this 161.8% fib. So even though we've seen a little drawdown overnight, I think it's limited. And I think the big picture, when we're looking at the dollar index now, is for a bigger rally. What's the best chart to look at? This one. I'll just turn it into a daily. So I think it's going to push up to new highs up around here, maybe even 99.12. So 5 waves down, AB, BC, CD is what I think is going to happen. And I think euro dollar is going to see new lows as well, but I'm not talking about that today because I'm talking about this, which is cable, because I think it's a nice setup and it's a very good R. So
gapped up, I see.
Gapped up, windows are normally closed, etc., etc., etc. Playing out the fibs quite well. So wave 1, 2, and pulse moved down to 128.26, and then we've had that gap open. We've gone short at 128.75. I will go short at 128.76. Nick a tick.
Nice.
129 I can get a stop in at because DMARC has a stop at 128.96, so I'll stick it just above there. And the reason I like this as well is this 261.8% fib, the 127.28 is a previous support zone. So probably going to be choppy, but that's what I quite like. So 128.76. I've got a stop at 129, the figure. I've got a target at 127.32. So just, about a 6R, if I get it.
6R.
Nice numbers.
Yeah, somebody say something stupid and
no.
devalue sterling.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. I think that was just a general request.
Give us a second.
Yeah, someone else go, because I'm still a bit flaky at the moment.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take another look at FTSE then. Third trade in a row. Hopefully third time lucky. Only really because it's triggered on our morning report as well. So I thought I'd take another look. Got this sort of channel or wedge, if you like, and it's had this very sharp rally up to these sort of resistance levels here and these potential for some lower highs. So I sold this morning at 73.80. It's at 73.77. So I'm going to jump on that now, placing a stop above this swing high on the 19th at 74.15 and looking for a pullback to around about 72.75, which is just about that high on that candle there on the 20th of November. So
Is that about 3R?
Yeah, 3R on the nose there.
Lovely.
Yeah, so let's see how we go with that. Hopefully, third time lucky on the FTSE. But overall momentum is still okay in the medium term, but I just think in the short term it's a bit choppier, and therefore there could be some opportunities on the short side. Again, all pretty much being dictated by what's going on in the political scene with regards to election and promises and all that sort of stuff. It's promises to be difficult, but we shall see.
Yeah, the word choppy keeps coming up, I suppose, doesn't it?
Yeah. Have you found a trade yet, Steve?
No, I haven't. So this
the gun's going to go off shortly. If you don't
I know.
something.
Yeah, just running through my podcast ones that I look at. Bitcoin, obviously, that rally it had is giving up all those gains. It looks to go lower, but again, it's a little bit mid-range of that channel, just a bit to the lower end. I'd rather be selling it a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Don't know whether I get that opportunity. Gold seems to have failed around the 1480 area and started to come down. So I think I'm going to go with that today. I'm going to sell gold again, ideally a little bit higher, but with the gun to the head challenge, we just got to enter it at market. So I'm going to sell gold at 1457. As you all know, my long-term, medium-term outlook in gold is for higher levels, but I do believe we're going to get a break of this 1445 intermediate support and a move down towards 1410, possibly 1380 before the real buyers come in. So a little bit of a strong dollar would help me out no end today. I'm going to
Where's your stop on that, Steve?
stop on this is, let me get the level
Steve,
in there.
don't use stops.
It's the stop on this is for the bus. Buses stop and buses. That's the only thing. I'm going to go for 1445 target. So it's only 12 ticks from where we are now. So I think my stop, I'll be quite sensible. I may have a 6-tick stop on that. So a 2-to-1 risk reward on that trade. So 1463.
Lovely.
Does that make sense? Does that work?
Yep.
No, 1463. There we go.
Yeah, perfect.
Good luck with that.
Yeah,
and just
good
remember,
luck to
these are all
everybody.
sort of like gun to head challenges, so we're forced into making a trade. It's not the ideal way to trade.
No.
But
Nice caveat there, Steve, just to try and.
yeah, it's an educational thing, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
And it just hopefully will show you that it's not a good idea just to have a gun to the head and make a trade.
No, you've got to have
really
plan
put
these
more
things.
thought into it. The fact that
Absolutely.
Ian's 5R up,
I'm going to
is
say
really
clearly by
bucking the
Joe's P&L.
trend. Yeah, obviously proves, it's just throw it in there, have a go, roll the dice.
It's the European sentiment wave. That's what I play
that's
on.
what it is, Ian. Yes.
Have you forgotten all about that, Stevie?
It was before my time, Ian.
Got to go at the open.
Yeah.
Not a lot out today, is there? It's all
Well, what, German IFO at 9 o'clock, 7
exactly,
minutes.
Yeah. Asian stocks are obviously seen higher overnight. That was on the back of the US National Secretary, Security Advisor Robert O'Brien. He was saying that he still thought that a deal was possible by the end of the year. And he warned China, however, that the Washington wouldn't turn a blind eye to what's happening in Hong Kong.
Yeah. Also, I think the Chinese have agreed to raise penalties on IP theft, and that's was quite a sticking point in negotiations. But they've pushed that back to 2023, which probably the US won't really like. At the same time, I think Friday there was the US have banned US telecoms from using Huawei and ZTE. So it's like the Chinese are making a few concessions, and the US sort of like throwing it back in their face a little bit. But yeah,
there's still December the 15th, still the big day, isn't it?
Right.
As far as it's all concerned, everybody's concerned. That's when all the tariffs they're covering. Key for markets is 15th for DEC. The new tariffs will be approximately 156 billion.
We've got the election on the 12th, so it's all going to be coming together at the same time, I guess.
Yeah, it still feels that we've got a lot of choppy market before then.
Yeah, you've got to remember, I mean, it's 6 weeks now since phase 1 was initiated and they got nowhere.
Yeah.
So
it sounds like Brexit.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So Friday, there was quite a lot of volatility in euro. That was due to President Lagarde speaking. I didn't really see sort of any particular headlines coming from it, but there's obviously something that she said that the markets didn't particularly like.
Right.
I think she's going to have a strategic review of monetary policy in the Eurozone. So I don't know if that jolted things a little bit, but obviously remains to see how she's going to start off her reign and what sort of policy she's going to introduce, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you still saw euro sterling go to the upside. So I mean, it was. I
the
don't
euro
know.
dollar sold off quite aggressively, didn't it?
Yeah.
In the UK, we have the latest opinion polls, which continue to state that the Conservative Party maintain a firm lead, and there's no evidence that Labour are closing the gap. I find that a little difficult to believe because he made such a muppet of himself on the on Question Time last week.
Didn't see it.
I think that
so it was all
just
4 leaders, but I think
expected. So.
Joe Swinson and Boris made fools of themselves. But
Oh, really?
yeah,
And Swinton.
yeah, apparently so. She didn't cover herself in glory, unfortunately. But
Mm.
yeah, I think lots of twists and turns, and as we know, the bookmakers don't always get these things right. So I don't think you can take any kind of.
Still feels a lot of people seem a bit nervous out there when I'm just chatting to pals and things. All a bit nervous.
If no one really knows which way to vote, do they? I mean,
No,
no one seems sure
it's
about anything.
It's the rock and hard place. That's what we should have on our background.
Yeah, definitely. Well, there's plenty of time.
So it's US Thanksgiving this week.
Is it?
I think so. Thursday. Do we have a little sort of sneaky day off? US Thanksgiving.
Surely I'm off
Black
anyway.
Friday,
I'm
obviously.
I'm normally off, aren't I?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I guess it would be last Thursday in
Yeah.
yes, that would be Thanksgiving, wouldn't it?
And then Black Friday on the Friday.
So
day
markets
after Thanksgiving.
tend to be quite quiet, don't they, around US holidays?
Yeah.
Snooze.
Mm.
Might get down the golf course then.
Yeah. Might
I'm
pick up a pair of cheap clubs on Amazon.
Yeah. I can't use the ones I've got, so I'm not going to buy any new ones. All right, guys, wrap it up there then?
Yep.
Yeah, lovely.
Lovely stuff. All right, guys, good luck for the rest of the week, and we'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
The best.